everyone, it's Ashley Cunningham here, and I'm really excited to be going live today. I feel like I haven't been on in a really long time, so I'm super happy to be here. I hope everyone can join me who's really interested in hearing from the Orion Galactic Council, so I'll give it a few minutes. But yeah, I've been kind of away for a little bit. I had some personal events going on a few weeks ago, and then last week I had a full-on week-long course that I was helping to teach, and we were going live every day, and so that was really awesome and an amazing experience. But I couldn't go live on my normal Thursday time frame. So thanks, Alyssa. Thanks for joining me. Hey, Bernadette. Thank you for joining me. So yeah, I kind of missed going live here right on my business page here on Facebook, and so I'm really excited about tonight. The Orion Galactic Council, it was so cute. Last week when I was in my, hey Linda, thank you so much for joining me. When I was in my course, the Introduction to the Fairy Realm course, I had actually scheduled this live channeling for last Thursday, and I had thought I changed the event. I made the little event cover and everything, and I just didn't get around to changing it apparently. And in the middle of our live channeling for the course, the Orion Galactic Council came in, and it was so cute. They were just kind of like, hey, not to intrude on your class, but and the energy was just really sweet. They were just kind of gently reminding me that I needed to actually address that, and today they're here. So it was really cute. But I'm really excited because also the Orion Galactic Council are a group of beings that I connect with deeply, and I just love channeling them so much because they're so high vibrational, and they just have a lot of beautiful messages and a lot of love and light to share. So I'm excited to see what comes through today. So I see there's a few people here, so I'm just gonna get started. I do wanna throw out there that this channeling probably will only be about half an hour, maybe to 40 minutes at the longest. And I want to get some really good questions from you. So think about questions that you might have about the Orion Galactic Council or questions for the larger collective. I have a really good time when those types of questions come up, and I want to share more information with you all and channel kind of bigger questions. So if you have any of those, please post them in the comments, and we're going to have fun with that. And yeah, I'm just going to get started. And for those of you who are interested in how I sense energy and how I channel, basically right now I'm sensing the Orion Galactic Council members. Typically I feel 3 of them. Right now I'm only feeling 3 energies, and they're on each side of me and behind me, and they're pretty close. I like them to come in very close and kind of strong because I like to just get that reassurance that I'm feeling their energy. And so I'm feeling their energy straight through my crown chakra, in the back of my neck and on my upper back, and straight through my back into my heart chakra. So I'm kind of warming up actually pretty quickly because it's a lot of energy. Yeah, and they're just saying, okay, we're ready. So hello everyone. And they're saying greetings to you all. Thank you for taking the time to spend some of your evening or night or even morning, depending on where you're at, for joining us and listening to our message. And I'm sorry, I saw a question over here. David, no, I'm going to channel their message, and then we'll have Q&A after. So overall, it'll last about 40 minutes. And they're just saying, yes, 40 to 45 minutes is a gentle time for this one as well as for you all. Right now, we are kind of in the middle of a large time frame where energy, a lot of energy is coming through. You've heard this from many other channelings, and from this one on several occasions very recently. And they're pointing to my Lemurian video that I did. And they are saying, yes, being gentle with yourself at this time and just listening to your body, listening to your emotions, allowing things to come up, honor them and release them, is very important in this time frame as we are anchoring a lot more energy into our body. This is just the beginning of the increased energy that will be coming to the planet and to all of the humans here on Earth, whether you realize it or not. All of us will be experiencing shifts in various ways, whether or not we recognize it for what it is or understand it. It will impact each of us humans. Being gentle with yourself, so expressing a lot of self-love and care, drinking water when you would have chosen maybe caffeine or tea instead of coffee, making small choices, consistently expressing love to yourself and to your body and to your mind and spirit is greatly needed at this time. If you are tired, rest. I need to hear that one. And they're pointing to me. Yes, I need to hear that one. If you are busy with things that may not be of the utmost importance, prioritize. Set boundaries that promote self-care, self-love, and the self-care and love for others. So I kind of was tripping up on that in my own mind, and they're kind of explaining it to me. When you set boundaries for yourself, you're telling yourself, I matter, and my time matters, or my emotions matter, my energy matters. But you're also telling that other person that their time and their energy and their emotions matter at the same time. Allowing yourself to set those boundaries and allowing the other individual to set their own boundaries and re-examine the energies that they're putting out there. It's very important at this time to just be mindful of the energy that we're putting out and taking care of ourselves and making sure that we're not running out of energy when we don't need to. And that's them explaining it for me, because I wasn't 100% clear on that boundaries part, but I appreciate that little breakdown. Releasing a lot of what is coming up for us from our current past experiences in this lifetime, maybe things that embarrass you, or you just cringe when you think, oh my God, I can't believe I said that, or when you're thinking about things that hurt you, just honor them, say thank you, that experience was important, and let it go. Those things that are coming up to be released. So don't hold on to them, don't fester on them, don't stew on them. And they're saying it's very important that we give up any fears at this time as well. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of judgment from others, fear of getting hurt emotionally from others, or being in a situation that may hurt you or someone else. Fear is deeply rooted in our human experience, and it doesn't need to be. It's important to learn from fear and let go and understand that once we get to that other side, we take that leap and we say, okay, I'm releasing this fear. It doesn't belong in my mind anymore, or in my thoughts, or in my emotions, or my energetic body anymore. I'm giving it up. Once we do that, we take that leap, we are allowed to soar, is the word that they're saying, soar very loudly. Soar meaning fly. We lift in vibrational frequency when we release and allow things to just be put aside and put to rest. And we are able to move forward and learn new lessons and grow and learn obtain new experiences and allow ourselves to lift vibrationally. And they're just saying right now it's really important to just take that time to reflect. They're saying reflect, meditate, reflect, journal. If you're a journaler, I'm a journaler, and you guys know that. I love to journal. So journal, meditate, vlog if you want to, just getting it out and speaking or sharing it, or even just thinking about it, that helps. Just get all of those emotions, those thoughts out, and then release them. If they don't serve you, if they're too heavy, you're holding on to this baggage, just let it go, because you don't need it. And where we're going collectively, and as this energy comes to Earth, we really don't need to be bogged down with all the inconsequential little nuances of this 3D day-to-day life that often bogs us down in. Just trust and know that your team's got your back, and they're pointing to themselves. They also have your back. The Orions have many star seeds here on Earth. So what a starseed is basically an individual person who has had a past experience or past lifetime as a different being. So maybe a Pleiadian or an Orion or Andromedan or a Sirian. There's so many different types, and those are just like some of the more common ones, but there's immeasurable number of different beings that are out there. And we have experienced many of them. So basically, a starseed is a person who's had that type of experience. So pretty much most of us are starseeds. And having those experiences, you don't just, you're not just a starseed or have those experiences in a vacuum. You have connections, you have guides, you have loved ones from those other experiences. And the Orion Galactic Council wants to remind everyone that their starseed families are also a really important source of spiritual guidance, support, love, and light. We have our guardian angel teams, which is with us in all experiences, all lifetimes, and our starseed families come in and out as we continue along, but they're always there to give us love and support. And so if you want to reach out to them, feel free to. The Orion Galactic Council is offering, and they're showing me to kind of spread my hands out. My hands are kind of way far down like this. Like they're offering up their guidance and support and love to anyone who wishes to connect with them. If you resonate with them, they're a beautiful group to connect with, and they'll get you connected up, and it's your choice if you want to connect with them, but they're really, really high vibrational, loving beings, and so I highly recommend it if you're interested. All you have to do is think about them or ask them a question or want to talk with them, and they're there like that. They are aware, just like angels are. They're aware of our thoughts and our feelings, and if we just speak out to them, they'll be there, and that's so cool. And they're just saying at this time it's super important to be gentle with yourself and others, release those fears as they had spoken of before. and reach out for guidance from them or from any other spiritual being that resonates with you. They work all on the same team. They're all working together at this moment. They're all there to support us. And they're saying that is the core of their message. And if you wish to ask questions now, feel free to. So I see there's quite a few comments. We're going to go through here and see. Thank you all for joining me. This is awesome. Okay, so I'm seeing lots of highs. And if you guys have any comments or questions at all, please post them below and we will get going. Yeah, it was super funny. A lot of you weren't on this video when I mentioned this, but last week I was supposed to go live with the Orion Galactic Council, but I had to rearrange it because of a class I was teaching, and I had forgotten to change the Facebook event, and they gently came in to my channeling event for the class, and they hung out with me there, and they were just kind of like, hey, you know, gotta go change that. It was super cute and funny, and they're just really sweet. Any guidance or fun exercise to do to shift from fear to love and the infinity we are? Ooh, great question, David. That's awesome. That's a really good question. Okay, I'm getting a lot of different answers from the council, and they're definitely saying listening to high vibrational music is at its core probably one of the fastest things you can do to shift into a different space. Meditation also helps kind of shift. Getting out into nature, so grounding, maybe walking in the grass. They're pointing to me. I like to go, actually, I have a duck pond that's near my home, and it's in a park, and I like to go and walk around the park, but I love the most to go and feed the ducks. And I can just go and feed the ducks, and it's more of a fun exchange for me than just kind of sitting around or listening to just music. Like, I get to connect with nature, I get to feed the ducks, and they're always like really cute and super fun. So that's something that helps me shift when I need to. When I'm kind of upset, I know I'll spend 2 minutes there feeding the ducks and I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. So finding these simple fun things like that is always cool. Dancing, it helps our body as well as our emotions and our mind. Just getting lost in dance or exercise in various ways helps our body shift, that emotional shift, and that helps us pretty quickly. So there's a lot of different things that we could do. And they're saying, oh, they're also saying stories, fables, myths, legends, books, reading high vibrational books and stories helps us connect, and it also gets us thinking about other things and may present solutions to problems that we are wrestling with or maybe don't really recognize yet. And so we can learn a lot through reading and through engaging in storytelling and reading stories and engaging in that type of activity. So that is definitely helpful to shift. Kathleen has a really beautiful question. How can we better set our priorities with all that we are learning and going through? That is a really good question. Kathleen, I'm getting from the council being calm and still in your mind and asking yourself, what is the most important thing that I need in this moment? Part of that will help direct your research as you are studying and learning more about spirit. Part of that will show that you know quite a bit within yourself, and you will be able to better recognize what resonates with you and what does not. They're pointing to me now. I have, I've been learning channeling since last year, so I'm pretty new at this. But as I've been going through, things just kind of fall into place. I'm not out there trying to dig into a lot of extra stuff. I mean, I do quite a bit of reading and research and, following and learning, following people on YouTube that resonate with me and learning from them and learning from books and different things and asking spirit to guide me and guide me along my path and as I learn about this. And when I first started learning, I will admit I totally felt a little overwhelmed because there's just so much out there and it's so interesting, and I was just like trying to absorb as much as possible. But over time, I kind of realized, okay, I trust my team and I trust that they're going to send me what I need to know. And so I just have kind of a standing invitation to my team to guide me to the information that resonates with me and will show me my next step in my path and build on my foundation that I already have. So definitely ask your team. You can ask the council to help guide you as well. And they're showing me that they, I think it's figurative. I don't think this is actually what where they are, what this looks like for them, but they're showing me a grand library, like an old library, and just long tables with lots of books and scrolls and papers everywhere, and them kind of taking, like being like a librarian and guiding you through the library to find the books that you need. And they're like pulling books off the shelf and give, like, in my mind's eye, they're like making me hold like the stack of books that I need to read. And they're very ready and willing to help guide anyone who's interested in learning from them at all. And that's just really, really cute and funny. They're like piling books like way high up to where I can't see around. So it's just really funny. But I hope that answers your question. I hope that resonates with a lot of you, because I know as you're learning, like, there's just so much out there. And this is a really important point on that as well. What do you resonate with? Checking in with yourself within your own, your own body, and feeling what you're going with and what you're just kind of questioning, and kind of letting whatever it is that's kind of not feeling super great go, because maybe at this moment you don't understand it and it just doesn't resonate. Maybe you will later on understand how that all fits, or whatever the topic is, and it can kind of evolve from there. So a lot of the time it just comes down to, what do you need to know in this moment? And then discernment is really important. So discern as you are learning from individuals on the internet or in books or through live videos like this. Like, you check in with yourself and see, does this person resonate with me? Do I resonate with that person who's channeling? Does that message resonate with me? Does it strike a chord at all? Does it feel good in my stomach or in my heart chakra? So checking in with yourself on everything that you're hearing is really important, because there are some times where things just don't match up, or things just don't resonate, and it just seems really off, and you may be at a different frequency than that person, and so that's okay. It's going to resonate with some people. There are individuals that I followed religiously on YouTube when I first started kind of awakening, and now a lot of what their channel's about and kind of who they are doesn't really resonate with me as much anymore. So I don't follow them, but I honor them because they helped me get to this point. So definitely remember, discernment is super important, and that's my little kernel there. Let's see. Kim, do you provide downloads to assist with healing arts? They're saying we have, we can, and we do work with many healers. We appreciate and understand that healing here is much needed, much needed. And they're bowing very deeply to all of those individuals who resonate as a healer or identify as a healer and try and help people heal within their daily lives. And whatever modality that is, Reiki, energy, what other, I don't really know all the modalities out there, but there's so many different modalities out there for healing. And so they're just saying thank you so much for stepping forward as a healer and offering your love and light to help others claim their love and light within themselves. And so, yeah, they do help with many. And they're just kind of dusting their hands off. That's a cool question. You know, I never really thought about downloads and healing arts, and I just recently learned that I'm a healer, and I didn't know that. So I got to do some research on that and start kind of feeling out how that fits in with what I'm doing right now in my work as a medium. So that's super exciting. And yeah, they're just laughing at me. They're like, I don't know a lot of things yet. So they're just laughing. Wait, in time. We all will get to know ourselves in time. Kathleen, good reminders. Thank you. Is it too linear to keep lists and schedules for yourself? You are a woman after my own heart, Kathleen. I personally love lists and schedules. I love keeping notes. I love journaling. I love planning things. I'm a paper person, so I really enjoy writing out what I'm learning, where I'm learning it from, and recognizing kind of not my learning schedule. I don't really set that up, but if you want to do that, go for it. If it becomes too rigid and too bogged down, like if it's just not working for you, just feel free to just let it go. Like, don't worry about that. And they're saying that remember, if you do set a schedule for yourself, be sure to be gentle and realistic on that schedule. Don't say, okay, I'm going to learn Reiki in 1 month, because that may not take just 1 month of time to learn Reiki in its entirety. So, you know, set realistic goals and just be gentle and enjoy the journey. Have fun learning and absorbing the energy. That's super cool. But I love journaling. Thanks, Jonathan. Liz, I feel so negative today. What is going on with the energy? Yes, Liz, there's a lot of energy coming in, and it's okay to feel negative, and it's okay to kind of feel down. The key is to just acknowledge, release, and let go, and try and just move on and shift yourself into a higher vibration. And we quickly discuss some things that you can do to shift yourself by listening to high vibrational music, eating high vibrational foods, drinking a lot of water, grounding, being outside, dance, reading, you know, enjoying just the things that really kind of get us out of our head and get us like out of focusing in on things that we're maybe not as happy about. So shifting our focus into something more high vibrational, and just ask your team to take, or you can hand off to your team that low vibrational energy, those thoughts that you're having that are just kind of negative and you're not enjoying them. So just hand those off. So say, guardian angel, please take this energy from me. I just don't want to hold on to it. Or you can ask Archangel Michael. He's tapping me on my right shoulder now because he's always kind of on my right. And he's just kind of saying, yes, I will be there. So you can offer those low vibrational thoughts to Archangel Michael, or any ascended master that you resonate with. It doesn't have to be Archangel Michael. It can be Buddha, Jesus, Saint Germain. He's actually really awesome to help burn off negative low vibrational energy. And this is a cool visualization, and I've talked a little bit about this in some other lives before, but basically the violet flame. So you can just imagine that you're just in the center of this beautiful violet fiery flame going all around you, and that it's burning through you in a, of course, don't imagine pain or horror or anything like that. It's just really calming and comfortable, and it's just a nice, warm, beautiful energy that comes up through your body and kind of burns away or removes the low vibrational energy that you may be housing. So just kind of let it go, and that'll help shift. But there's right now it's a pretty big time to just kind of release. So you may be doing a bit of releasing right now as well. So I hope that helps. Oh, you responded. I do feel bad when I am like this because my life is pretty good usually. Thank you. I've been thinking about Archangel Michael this week. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and it's okay. Even if you do have a good life, we all pretty much have. I mean, I was just thinking about this a few days ago. I would never have survived in the Middle Ages because I need hot water and I don't eat fish, and just everything that they do is a lot of work. So I feel like we all pretty much have a pretty good standard of living, and you can feel bad. You have the right to have those emotions, but don't sit there and stew on them. You have choices to release, honor, and let go, and then just move on and bring in all the good into your life, because that helps us stay high vibrational, and it helps manifesting. Our thoughts and our feelings help us manifest that which we want to be in our life. So it's okay to feel down sometimes. That's totally normal, and honestly it's helpful because it helps you process things, but it's just a process, and you can let it go, and then things can be released, and then you can move on and learn from them. That's the goal here. That's why we're here, is to learn and celebrate and enjoy this experience that we're having. Melinda's feeling it too, Liz. So everything is coming up roses, but suddenly a bunch of negativity last week, starting to feel a balance again. Yeah, there's just a lot of processing going on. There's a lot of energy coming in, and it's just our time to kind of see, recognize, release, and make space for high vibrational events and things in our life that it's for our highest good. And we're going to be anchoring in a lot of light. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's actually at a really amazing time right now, because as we move forward, just more and more and more energy is going to be coming, and just going to give us a lot more opportunities to kind of learn what works best for us, learn through processes, and to release and move forward. I'm getting from the Orion Galactic Council that it's important to reflect on our own processes, this journey that each of us are on, is unique and designed for us and us alone. Recognizing what resonates and what doesn't opens and allows for development, growth, and a chance to, oh, this is super cool, a chance to grow in ways in which we never even imagined. And they just put into my mind an image of a really beautiful giant, it's not a bonsai tree because it's like giant, like a giant tree, but it's like this tree, it kind of looks like bonsai. It's like that fir, not fir tree, I'm not explaining it very well, but it's like a tree that's kind of craggy, like on the coast or by the beach. There's a lot of, at least where I live in Oregon, there's a lot of trees that are like twisty, and they grow in different angles, but they're just so beautiful and amazing and unique. And they're showing me this tree because each of us, we respond and make decisions and lead our lives through this path that may be winding, and it may be unique, and well, each of our paths are unique, but it comes to a collection over time, you know, over the course of your entire lifetime. Each single leaf, each root, each piece of bark, each branch in that tree is a lesson and an experience that we have collected within ourselves. So we are that tree, is kind of what I'm getting at. And it's just a really beautiful beautiful tree. It kind of reminds me of, you know, the bonsai trees that kind of grow all wonky, and they're like on the side of a cliff, and they're just really vibrant in an environment that you wouldn't expect something to grow so strong in. And that's kind of how we are. We have to grow, and we, you know, have all of these experiences that make up our life. And so they're saying, yes, that tree image is representation of our experiences in our life. Yeah, thank you, Kathleen. Scrubby pines, yeah, pretty much scrubby pines. It's exactly kind of the image of what they were showing in my mind. Melinda asks, with all the energy coming in, is there a correlation to extreme weather patterns? I think Mother Earth is purging. Yes, and I'm getting like claps in the background here. Mother Earth also has ups and downs where she has to purge energy, she has to release energy, she has to make space for higher vibrational energy, and she is rising in frequency. So a lot of these weather patterns and these natural events that are happening, excuse me, oh, I need some water. Excuse me, a lot of what is happening on Earth is her moving and kind of making space and releasing a lot of energy that she just doesn't need anymore. And I'm getting there's some spaces on the planet that have a high concentration of energy, and she's just kind of like popping a pimple of the energy. Like there's just a lot of energy there, and she just kind of lancing it, and then it's just kind of releasing, and it just feels so much better. And she's showing me spaces down in South America, so they're like in Peru, like I'm getting in Peru. I'm seeing some spaces on the African continent, and there's just some smaller locations, just kind of all over. There's just kind of a collection of them, and so she's working on taking care of that energy and cleaning it up. And so yeah, it's definitely related to all of this energy coming in. So thank you. That was a good question. Sarah, I did see your question. You had a question. I had a dream where I was taken up on a ship and sat with other people in a circle as if we were at a meeting. Do they have any insight on that? Who, what, where, why? Sarah, I'm getting that that is definitely an experience that you may have had. I don't know if it's in this lifetime or maybe in another lifetime, but that is just maybe an experience that maybe you're going to have. I don't really know. They're not really giving me a lot of details. They're telling me basically you kind of have an idea already, and they're pushing on my gut. They're saying like you kind of know already in your gut what that represents for you. If you're open to having those experiences, that would be cool. If not, then you can say, no, I'm not interested. This is a free will state here, a free will space. So you can say, no, I do not want to be taken on a ship by any means. Or if you are open to that, you can say that. And the dream is kind of helping you process through maybe that question, like, do you feel comfortable doing that or not? So part of the Galactic Federation of Light. I'm getting a higher vibration, so kind of a yes, but not a full yes. So maybe partly, or maybe it's related, but maybe not directly, the Galactic Federation of Light. Yeah. Yeah, they're not giving me too much information. They're kind of redirecting me back to you. So I feel like you have a lot of insight, or maybe you have your instincts about it that is more right on than what they're giving me. They're just kind of pointing me back to you. You have the answers within. So I'm sorry I can't tell you exacts, but Spirit doesn't always work like that. The Council doesn't always work like that. But going within and asking those questions, if you can sense your yes, no, that's really helpful, because then you can be like, okay, is this part of the Galactic Federation of Light? I'm getting kind of a higher yes, but it's not my really high yes, so it's kind of a maybe related sensation. I'm not getting an absolute no, so that's cool. So definitely try and ask those questions within your, and just sit still and listen to your body and see where that energy goes. Okay, so I am getting from the Council that they're kind of done. So I think this is going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for participating, asking your questions, sharing your highs and love and light. This has been really fun, and I'm so glad to be back. Next week, I will be channeling, I believe, an open Q&A for my first Thursday of the month of June. So if you do have those questions, definitely bring those to my live event. It's going to be on Thursday at 6:30, and let me see what the date is for next week. Thursday, June 6th at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, and I'll be here with open Q&A. So thank you all again for joining me, and have a great night, evening, morning, wherever you're at. Have a good one.